Hey everyone, I'm Lou Perez, your host of the Builder Upper Show, a podcast where we talk about everything in construction and trades. Now let's get into it. I would like to welcome our guest, Rob Lynch, President and CEO of Dome Construction. Hey Rob, how you doing today?
I'm doing well, Lou. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. I really appreciate you making time for this. I know you're one of the busiest guys out there in construction. So I'd love to just give everybody your story and where you came from and where you're at today and everything about Dome Construction too. And what a cool name, Dome Construction. I really love that. So can you tell me, Rob, when did you get into construction?
Well, I guess how far back do you want to go? As early as I can remember, actually. I remember when I was in either first or second grade, my brothers and I, along with my best friend and next door neighbor, Bruce, used to scavenge wood. And I think sometimes we actually would steal some from our neighbors' fences to build tree forts. So ever since I can remember, kind of building stuff, being in construction was play for me. Uh, and that, like I said, started early grade school, and it just stayed with me all through school up to this day. So,
Wow. Was there any inspiration from any individual to keep it going?
yeah, I think I was always very fortunate to have a lot of folks invest and mentor in me. I think primarily a big one was in when I was in high school. My baseball coach was a general contractor, and he would let me help out after hours on weekends, on vacations in the summer, come to his job sites and help wherever I could. So I think that kind of was my first instance where construction was not only a play for me, but I could actually make some money doing it. So as I was going through high school, it just was really clear to me that a career in construction was what I wanted to do. So that's what I ultimately pursued when I went to Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, and then after I graduating, becoming a professional.
Oh, I love that. So, baseball, is that your sport? What position did you play?
I was at varying times a second baseman or a shortstop. So,
Oh man, so you must have been fast and you had a good arm too. I'm sure.
well, at least good enough to get me through high school, but
Oh,
not
that's
after
great.
that.
That's great. So, as far as like dome construction, what do you guys specialize in?
uh, I guess what really we're great at is we work in highly technical, fully occupied facilities, and oftentimes they're highly regulated. So where that applies itself is obviously the life science sector, the healthcare and medical sectors, technology, high-end commercial interiors, hospitality, restaurants, kind of any industry that has that kind of demanding criteria and environment to operate in is where we've really had success.
What was your journey to becoming CEO of Dome Construction?
Uh, I was briefly with three firms before I joined Dome in 1996. When I came here, I started off as an engineer, and I think I was just really what I was so very thankful for and grateful for was I was always provided opportunity, meaningful opportunities, both with projects and with getting involved in the business. And that was one thing I really enjoyed about our culture was that if you have interest and aptitude, you can help anywhere in the organization. So because of that, I was exposed to a lot of aspects of the business, not just my job duties on a project. So I got to learn it, and then as I went through my career, I was just afforded opportunities to try new things, to try bigger projects, to work with bigger teams. And it just kept leading, the progression from, engineer to manager to executive, and then into my current role. Uh, Very grateful for. I was surrounded by a lot of great people who helped coach me and mentor me and provide me opportunity, and I was rewarded with becoming the steward of Dome Construction in the CEO role.
Oh, wow. So, as a fellow owner, founder, I really feel like the employees are the ones that help me 10x my position and everything that we do as far as productivity and anything. Is there any employees that you can think of that have really helped you 10x your position, your company? Like, is there any one that you can think of that would come to mind that's like, wow, this person at this specific time really just went all out just to make sure that we're at where we're at today?
Gosh,
And
that's a
it
really
could be
hard question to
multiple.
answer because I think it's literally I could say dozens.
Wow, that's
Um,
great.
and I wouldn't want to leave anybody out. And the reason why I say that is because, like I said, I've been so fortunate to work with such conscientious, committed people who are just really focused on doing a great job for their teams, doing a great job for the clients, uh, collaborating with our business partners. And, on almost any given project, any given month, there was somebody who was, willing to give me insight, feedback, encouragement, uh, at all different junctures of my career. So like I said, it's probably dozens of people.
Mm.
And I really, what I guess I'm thankful for is the culture that the founders of this company built into it. And then and that was Anton Bly and Bill Diatri. They transitioned it to Rich Lerner and then to Mark Bly. I think they really built a culture of support where, like I said, if you just came here and wanted to do a good job for your team and a good job for your clients, that you'd get everything you needed to be successful: feedback, resources, training, support, and opportunity. So I think it's the culture is what I'm the most thankful for because that is what has allowed me to succeed, and I think it's how other people flourish here as well.
I think once you have that culture established and you have that good feel, you want to protect it. And it's very special. Have you ever taken your own time to mentor individuals within your company personally?
Yeah, that's a big part of our kind of our culture as it works into our processes. We have a mentoring program, we have one-on-one programs, we have all sorts of support groups and committees, training committees. Um, it's every bit a part of our responsibilities as Dome employees is to help those around us get better and succeed. So yes, I certainly have, as has everybody in the company. Everybody has somebody on their team or in their sphere that they're responsible for helping achieve their goals and be successful and to learn and to grow. So yeah, it's kind of embedded in that culture, like I talked about. It's not something that you kind of carve off a little bit of time to do. It's kind of embedded in a way in everything we do. So
And what town are you located? Are you in?
well, we have 6 regional offices throughout California. I am currently in our San Francisco office.
So California, is it tricky to do construction in California? What is that like for you?
I think it'd be myopic to say. I think every region has its challenges, its pros, its cons. I think what like I said, mentioned earlier, we work in highly technical facilities that are always occupied. Um, so where we really thrive and what we really get excited about is really understanding what the requirements are of a project, what success looks like from our client standpoint, from our business partner standpoint, and then understanding the conditions we are working in. Oftentimes we're working like in life sciences buildings or healthcare buildings, where literally people are being treated feet away from where we're doing construction. So I think what we really strive to do is to really understand in minute detail every circumstance, every condition, every requirement of the job, so that we can operate in those environments and be invisible. So that way we're executing on their goals, but not in any way adverse impacting uh, their employees, their customers, or their operations.
Mm. And then how do you deal with like any type of regulations with like prevailing wage and anything that has to be required in the back office side of things for the company to help make sure that everything's in line and helping you guys be efficient on the back office?
Well, we have talking about our support structures. We have just absolute top-notch infrastructure in our company between our accounting and HR and marketing and risk management and all that stuff. They have a set of best practices and tools and technologies that help cover us on that end to make sure that our people that are out on the job sites can do their job effectively and have all those bases covered when there's regulatory issues that we need to comply with or report out on.
There's something that you guys posted out. I followed Dome Construction on LinkedIn, and you said something really awesome. It was safety isn't a metric, it's our mindset. So could you give me a little background on how you guys look at safety?
Uh, wow. Yeah. Thank you. One of our core values, our first core value is value our people. And when you look at that on it, there's no more important way to do that than to make sure our folks get home safely every night and they're not exposed to risk that could jeopardize that. And then there's a ripple effect about safety as well, that if you do safety on an exceptional level, you're going to be more efficient, you're going to be more productive, you're going to have better quality, sort of thing. So we've really invested, and I think our culture really lends itself to investing heavily in the best practices of safety, to making sure that we're giving our support teams the knowledge, the awareness, and the skill sets to be able to do their job to a very high degree of safety, where they're never being subjected to unnecessary risk that isn't mitigated. And that, especially when I mentioned we work in occupied facilities. So not only do we have to look out for our own folks and our trade partners folks, we have to look out for the community that's adjacent to what we're doing as well. So there's probably no bigger commitment and responsibility we have than to make sure that we do safety at an exceptionally high level. So
That's great. I mean, is that like a little bit of secret sauce to how you guys scale? Is because your customers see this meticulous, how very detailed you guys are with every important aspect of construction, with safety being, of course, at the top.
no doubt, no doubt, I would agree with that. I think, like I said, it permeates, just having that very proactive, transparent, and diligent uh, processes around safety ripples into everything else, into scheduling, into quality, into organization, that sort of thing. So I think it's indicative of how we are very intentional about how we execute projects when we're, especially these projects of a very high technical nature and occupied facilities. We have to have that very high level of planning and transparency, and safety is one component of it. And I think it ripples out to all the other components as well.
We have a lot of newer construction owners that watch, that are our audience. They love to come on here and just kind of get some ideas on what they're doing or what they could do more or anything like that. And scaling and growing is always top of mind for everybody. What's the next project that I'm going to work on, or what can I bid on and make it happen? Do you have any tips and tricks, or even just advice for new construction owners on approaching going after new projects? Give them some ideas on how they could generate more revenue.
Well, I can speak to our business model, which is that if you really uh, seek to understand your client's objectives, their goals, understand the challenges they work of that opportunity, and then just do your best to uh, accomplish those goals in a positive experience, giving them a positive customer experience, you're going to build trust, you're going to build loyalty, and they're going to want to work with you again. And I think, construction is a very, high leverage, high risk industry, a lot of volatile situations, a lot of tight budgets and tight schedules. And what we see for our 50 years is that people want to work with folks that they trust, that they know will deliver for them, and they know they will deliver a positive customer experience. And I think if you do that, you'll be rewarded with further opportunity to help them with their projects going forward. So I think at the end of the day, doing a great job and having fun doing it is probably one of the best business strategies you can ever deploy.
I always get asked, should they join any associations or peer groups? Like, do you have any? Are you guys part of any associations? Like, how do you get your name out there?
Yeah, we're probably in. I know we're in almost 15 peer groups and associations.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I think it's great exposure, but it's great to learn about what is out there, what best practices are coming up, what new technologies, what new mindsets, getting our people exposed to the newest thinking, bringing our stuff to the table so we can evolve it and grow it as well. Meeting people, helping, understanding the industry that we're in and the customers that we're serving. All those are facilitated by being in those peer groups and those organizations. So we heavily encourage our folks to get involved on that level. And like I said, a lot of our evolution, sophistication, and innovation have come from ideas that we've either brought to those organizations or brought back from those organizations. So
that's strong. So if you had any, let's say potential customers watching this right now, how do they find you? Where do they reach out to you? Like, is there a specific way that they get in contact with Dome Construction to get things moving?
Well, you go to our website and all our numbers and emails are on there. I think maybe the best way is, certainly in the sectors we serve and in the areas we serve. I don't think there's a business partner or a client that maybe hasn't worked with us at some point. So I think also most of our business, over 95% of our business, is repeat and referred work. So I think one way that a lot of clients hear about us is from their peers in their industries. And they have a project and they talk to their peers, and a lot of times our name comes up, and that's how we earn some of our opportunities.
That's fantastic. Rob, you're at a very high level. You're president and CEO. Just have a fun question for you. For your daily routine, like, is there something that you do to get in the mindset to go run Dome Construction?
That's a good question. I genuinely look forward to coming to work every day just because I so appreciate the people I work with and get to serve, the culture, the clients, our business partners. It's never a dull moment. Every day is different. And I'm just surrounded by a bunch of conscientious, committed people who just want to do a good job for everybody. And it's hard not, you said, it's almost infectious, and it's hard not to want to just come to work every day. So that's what I do. I look forward to it.
Do you feel like your sports background brought like a competitive edge to your style of leading?
Yes, I do. Obviously, the wanting to win, the wanting to succeed. But what I think it brought more was about the value of teamwork, playing your role, working hard, trying to get better, and helping those around you be better so you can succeed as a team. So I think as much as what you said, it is that component, I think, that's helped guide me in my journey as I've worked here at Dome.
It's a strong piece of the strategy right there. The whole background makes that who you are. Now, before we wrap up, if you can think of any advice that you would give to a new construction owner just starting out, maybe they're thinking about starting their own company, is there anything that you would tell them that could potentially help them?
Surround yourself with great people and collaborate.
Easy as that.
I think sometimes it is as easy as that. And I think if you do that and then you just act, just behave and act with, honesty, transparency, and integrity, and you do those things and things will work out for you.
Amazing. Amazing. Well, thank you for being a guest on our show. And please, everyone, like, subscribe, comment, and share the Builder Upper Show with everyone in the construction industry. And we will see you next time. Thank you, Rob.
Thank you.
If you're a construction contractor and would like to appear as a guest on our podcast, write us an email. It's lou@lumberfi.com.